All right, so I hope you guys had a good day. Um, no news, or not no news. No trading tomorrow as it's a bank holiday. So there's no volatility. Don't trade tomorrow. Just don't do it. There's nothing to trade tomorrow, so that is annoying. That's frustrating that there's no opportunity in the market tomorrow. But day off. Back-to-back videos with the shirt on. Again, the same shirt. I just throw this thing on if I'm showered up and just chilling. But today it was a frustrating day of trading for a few reasons. I would say mainly a lack of patience on my end and a tunnel vision on the data highs. So I'll get into it. Keep this one shorter today. 8:30 we had news, red folder news. We put in data high here, and as you can see, relative equal highs over here. So I was very confident we were going to see this buy side level eventually throughout the day, because equal highs, data highs, all-time highs. Just I was expecting this to go bullish, but I was really waiting for this level to get taken out here, which is just all of the stacked lows, all of this low resistance liquidity. Maybe take that out, they then go higher, they get a model. But I was getting chopped up early, and my first trade was this IFVG, this inverse, right here. And as you can see, this is 918. This is a pre-market trade, and you see I got in here. I was targeting these equal highs as my break-even point, and we got stopped out on this candle down. This was not a good trade at all because it's pre-market. I know my rules are to not take trades pre-market. I just got tunnel vision from this data high because I've just seen so many times that the first setup just works, right? We're not delivering from any fair value up to the left at all. We don't have anything over here, no liquidity sweep, and it's pre-market. That's just a trade that should never happen. That was the first loss of the day. But I like how I responded. I didn't increase size at all today, even with all the frustration, which is nice, a nice improvement to how I would normally handle losses before. So I would definitely say there's some good positives to take away from today, and some improvement. The next setup I took was this IFVG because we then had market open. We swept this low again. We inversed, and we had this high and these equal highs still. It's not the greatest setup ever because it is 1 minute after market opens, but I was expecting this high to get taken much earlier in the day, and I just let my bias cloud my judgment and kind of be impatient into trades. I really, looking back, should just let this trade play out. Maybe we got to close down here, been better, but I should have just let this trade go and see if it went without me, it went without me. It would build conviction in the model and the way I reprice, and I wouldn't have had a trade, which would have been perfectly fine. We end up taking some contracts off here and then going to break even and getting back most of this loss from earlier, which was all right. But as you can see, we never end up taking the high. We got stopped at break even. So that was the second trade I took. And I already like to only take, if I take one winner, I'm normally done for the day. Like if it's a good sized trade, I'll go to paper. But if I take 2 trades, I'm typically try to be done. But today I just kind of got a little bit just, not frantic, what's the word? But I just got a little bit over eager to place trades, lack of patience, lack of discipline today. Lack of discipline in the sense of just being eager to take trades and trying to, just put on a position and feel like I was doing something. And that's just not my job. My job is to trade and take good setups and wait and make proper decisions. And I failed to really execute on that. The next trade I took, I believe was this close on this inverse fair value gap, maybe on the 32nd, and then I went to break even here, got stopped at break even, and I think I also took later in the day I took some trades. So yeah, that's all I had there. So again, it was just not a very good setup. It was just being super eager to see higher, and just letting my bias affect my trades rather than letting the market tell me when to act on my bias. So at this moment, before we swept this low, I shouldn't have been touching the market. And after I got stopped out here, I sat through this and I told myself, okay, I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens at all. As long as we don't take this low, I'm not taking a long unless we start displacing through the high. So we come down, we sweep the low, cool. Now I'm saying if this thing inverses, that would be good. We obviously don't get that. And then we come up, we fail to put in a high. We come back lower, we sweep the low again, which is nice. We sell through here. And at this point, I was expecting this to become a market maker buy model. For this to be sell side of the curve, I was expecting this to be buy side or original consolidation. And then we had sell side of the curve here, which just liquidity here, liquidity here, liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. I was expecting generating liquidity, and I wanted to see market maker buy play out, which we do get, which is pretty cool to see. It just didn't happen when I was trading, and I decided to step away, and I'll get into that. But this was what I was expecting to see, and I was expecting, and this time I was telling my friend that I was actually expecting to start seeing a reversal here and start getting a buy model up. We had our first sign of bullish price action here on the 30-second chart. I don't have access to that right now on TradingView, but it was on my Tradeovate charts. And then if you notice, the first fair value gap is normally king whenever it comes to these models, because this was the manipulation move here. We manipulated this low. We swept sell side on this red line. We swept sell side, and then we manipulated the low, the fake long or shorts, and trap people in shorts. And this is the move. So this is the first fair value gap that you expect to hold. Notice how this one doesn't hold because we haven't manipulated this low yet. We swept sell side. We come up. We chop. We displace to the upside. Some people are long in this and they get wrecked because we haven't manipulated low of the day yet. Haven't manipulated the sweep on liquidity. We come back down. Again, it doesn't always have to have manipulation, but that's why a lot of your fair value gaps fail. First fair value gaps holds, and it trades all the way up if you were able to hold that. And then this 2 minute opens up. This 1 minute also held and never tapped the 2 minutes, so I'll just get rid of that. We hold this 1 minute imbalance. And then my next trade of the day was the 2 minute gap right here. I took this and I took it here, and I scaled most at this high and went to break even, and it came down and stopped me. Wow, right at break even, which is unfortunate because then this would have played out. I mean, it would have got really close again here, but it would have ran full take profits. But it is what it is. I can't complain. There's nothing wrong with getting stopped at break even. I'm valid to go to break even here. It just is unfortunate that that had to happen, and we didn't just be more efficient to buy side. The model ends up playing out great. What I was looking for played out great. My eye was correct. It was a little bit tricky today with the price action. It just wasn't very efficient for how I trade. As again, like if you look at the 1 minute, we don't have a whole heck of a lot of fair value gaps. We have just consolidation here. Fair value gap here holds. We don't even create fair value gaps here. There's no impulse up. Kind of sells off. There's nothing chop, chop, chop. Impulse up, come down, sideways chop. Impulse up, but there's no real fair value gaps here. It's like a bunch of stacked candles. I'm guessing there's like a 3 minute or 5 minute here. We hold, and then we chop, 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 chop to the top. So market wasn't very clean, but the model played out very, very well, and everything kind of aligned. Even this 1 minute inverse held, and this gray box is a 5 minute fair value gap bullish. So it held very nicely, and the model played out. So these types of days are just a little bit tricky to navigate through. And my main mistake was getting caught up trading where I don't need to trade. And I just need to be a lot more patient, a lot more willing to let the trade go without me if it's not exactly what I want to see. The trades here should have been the only ones I really took because this is exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see this sell side get taken and manipulated. I wanted to see reversal, and I wanted to see a sign of the market maker buy model starting to play out. This is exactly what I know, and I've seen repeat in the charts constantly, is generating buy side liquidity. We're generating buy side on all of these highs, and then when we get the reversal, we start disrespecting bearish order flow. Here, we hold, and we buy up. It's very, very clean. This is how I look at the markets, and that's why I wish I didn't get too caught up in the data highs up here around here, because there was nothing we were delivering from or anything we swept. All of these were just random inverse fair value gaps, and I have very little success trading random inverse fair value gaps. Whenever I get overconfident and cocky in my bias and start to expect things to happen rather than wait for price to tell me. Every trade before taking this low is just expecting price to work because just because I want it to, really. All of these are random fair value gaps. We're not delivering from a bigger time frame fair value gap or imbalance. We're not delivering from anything special. We haven't even swept liquidity. We're just chopping in a range, and I got myself chopped up today. And that's going to happen sometimes, and you learn from it. But one of the best things today for me that I noticed was I was able to just step away, especially after getting my run or getting some off here and getting stopped at break even on the rest. I was able to take a step back and say, okay, look, we are up on the day anyways. We made about $50, which is whatever. It's not nothing, but so I was able to say, okay, look, we're pretty much break even on the day. We got chopped up. We're a little bit flustered. Let me just step away. Let me go watch some of the Euros game. Then I turned on the Turkey game and I went surfing. And I was able to just kind of clear my mind and just get away from the charts, take the day on the chin, and just not let the market control me, right? Like a lot of times I would get chopped up in this before, and maybe by the third trade I'm increasing size. Maybe by the fourth trade I'm going against my bias. Now I'm, taking every setup I see, trading different models, and now I'm trading 2 full contracts, and now we're in a mess for the day. We're down a lot of money. So I was able to just keep my size the same, which is very important, and then not just take a bunch of random setups. And I was able to step away when I knew that my emotions weren't right, and that's a big improvement. So I'm very happy with that, even though it was a very, very frustrating day. I was able to make that realization and be able to calm myself down and step away, because sometimes stepping away is the best thing you can do in the market. Even though my exact target got taken out and we never went lower here, this is where I expected us to never go lower, and it played out perfectly. But sometimes, even if you are right, even if you're completely right about what's going to happen, sometimes you just don't get a very clean entry, and that's okay. This builds conviction. You learn how the market works, and you wait for the next day. You wait for your setup. There's endless opportunity in the market. You don't want to get caught up in one day, one loss, getting chopped up in the session. So that's why I did well, and that's kind of where I was feeling emotionally, was just really overconfident in myself, taking random fair value gaps. So looking back, these all were random inverses. None of them had any validity behind them, if that's even the right word. None of them were valid. They were all just gamble fair value gaps, where it was like, maybe I can get a free trade from this, and then if I get a free trade, maybe my runner will go to the data highs. It was all just impatience, lack of discipline. I was just too eager to put on a position, put on a trade, and try and make money, rather than trying to execute as if this was a job, right? I need to treat this as if it's a job, and I'm paid on performance, not paid on commission, right? Because trading is a commission-based game. You make money based on your trades, right? But I need to treat it as if I'm getting paid based on, just salary, and the better I do, the more money I make, right? Not better in terms of points I make in the market, but am I executing good trades, and stuff like that. That's kind of the question I need to ask myself. Am I executing good trades? Okay, cool, I'm executing good trades. Then boom, now I make more money, right? That's how I need to look at it. I can't look at it as, if I put a position here, I could make money. It should be like a job. If I had a boss, would they look at my performances in trading and keep me? Would they fire me? Or would they increase my pay? Would they be proud of what I'm doing? And I need to act like there's someone, or act like I'm trading for someone else rather than just myself and my bank account. Because if I was taking trades here and I was a professional trader and I worked for an institution, they would instantly fire me, seeing me get chopped up in this. Granted, if they knew my model. But here, if you take this trade and take a loss, cool. You followed your system, you had an edge, you waited, you were disciplined, and I just need to get back to that discipline. And it's good that I'm able to be aware of that lack of discipline that I had today. But that's all I have for today. Again, bank holiday tomorrow. Overall, good day, even though it was one of the more frustrating days in a while. But I'm glad of how I handled these frustrating days, because these are the days that make or break, the days that are frustrating, the days that don't go your way, the days that your trades don't instantly go towards your target. These are the days that really you have to start managing better. And I didn't manage it the best, but I definitely noticed a big improvement from where I've been before in the past, and constantly improving on that. So very, very happy with today overall, even though it was a very frustrating and challenging day. So I'll see you guys again. You guys are running up the numbers on the YouTube. It's actually very, very, very cool to see. It's asking me for an update. 5-1-1. So yeah, let's look at the numbers right here. We are at 181 subscribers. The video I posted last night has 76 views in under a day, and one of my videos broke 1,000 views, and another one's at 800. 1,000 views on one of these YouTube videos is unbelievable. So I really appreciate, like I always say, I really appreciate it. It's really cool to see the numbers up, and it really motivates me to keep trying to get better at trading, because now it's like I got some people to show, that's possible, man. Like, that's the whole point of the YouTube. It was a journal, and is a journal. But another thing is, I know that there's people like me that are getting into trading and don't know a single person that's made it in trading in real life, right? And there's a lot of gurus online that are kind of hard to trust. So I get to sit here and I trade fundeds, right? I trade on a funded challenge. I've never made $1 from trading. I haven't lost a lot because I'm smart with how I do the funded challenge. I don't just blow accounts. I trade proper size. Sometimes I spiral and lose the account, but with lack of discipline. But I come in with micros. I trade appropriately, and I spend about $50 a month on these evals from TopStep. So I think it's cool for people, and now I'm really, really motivated to become profitable at trading, and I know I will be. So it'll be cool for the people that stick around and see the journey. But I think it just gives a breath of fresh air, because I don't already hit $1,000, $10,000 trades every day. I don't already, have a live account where I'm funding myself, and I don't already have everything figured out. And it kind of is going to show, like, and everyone says that if I can do it, you can do it, but it really is something different when you guys are seeing me make the same mistake every single day. You guys are seeing me learn. You guys are seeing me get better. You guys are seeing the growth. And just seeing that is so much different than if I were to not record anything, not put any videos up, and then just when I am making money trading and figured it out, right? 2-3 years from now, I come back and I'm making $10,000 a trade. It's a little bit of a disconnect from that, because you don't see the process, and then it's harder to believe, because it's like, okay, like, yeah, you make this money, but it's not as authentic, really. And so and that's some of the things I struggle with, is like, trading space is very hard to know who's legit and who's not. It's very, very hard. I think there's even people I've learned from that taught me stuff that I don't know if they're even legit, to be honest. But that's just the name of the game, really, and that's why I'm really motivated to become profitable, because I don't know a single person in real life who makes money trading. I barely know people that even try and trade in real life. So I'm basically able to try and do something that I've never seen done, and again, most people that are watching these videos are just, I'm a random person on the internet, but it'd be pretty. It's just pretty unique to see the whole journey, right? And I hope that even though I am a random person on the internet, you guys can see the process and be inspired by it. And maybe someone's waiting to trade, and then they see the journey, see it happen, see it work, and then they're like, man, this is legit. And that's kind of what I want to do, is prove, because a lot of it's mental, and I'm having to deal with a lot of mental barriers myself with believing in trading and believing in myself, which I'm doing better at. I really believe in trading a lot more now. But sometimes I have doubts, like sometimes on hard days, I start wondering if I even know what I'm doing. But I know there's a lot of people that have those doubts, because I had the same doubts, because it's so hard to find people that actually are legit at trading. So I hope that I can become profitable so that I can really inspire people, and they can look back and see all these videos, all the hard work put together, and all the learning, and see like, okay, this trading thing is legit because of me. That would be really cool to see. So a little rant there. I don't know if that's how anyone else feels about trading or get into trading when they're new. Let me know if you guys have experienced those thoughts of doubt and stuff, because it's a very doubt-based game. Again, most people, myself included, don't know a single human on the planet in real life that makes a single dollar trading. So we're all doing something that's relatively impossible. It's the same way that you don't know any professional athletes, most people, right? At a high level, right? Like, I don't know anyone personally that's played at like the NFL or, like whatever, like the top level. Obviously, I know that stuff exists. I obviously know it's real, but I don't know anyone personally, so it feels such a grand task that just makes it seem that much harder and gives you that doubt, like, oh, that's not me, right? And it is, and it can be you, but you just got to put in a lot of work and really reflect on yourself and continue to show up every day and get better. So that's all I have. Keep showing up, keep getting better. See you guys. Probably not. I'm not gonna make a video tomorrow, but see you guys on Thursday. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope we have a good day on Thursday on the markets. Yeah, peace out.